Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Let's get started. Okay. So, hi everyone, and welcome to the first of the 5 days, 5 ways to help your cat survive Christmas. So, I really wanted to create something that would help you all because since we've had Leo, he is very nervous, as you may or may not know. And Christmas is quite a stressful time. So for us as humans and for him as a cat. And I wanted to try and share with everybody some hints and tips, things you can do, practical tips that you can employ and do in the home to help you and your cat. So when I talk over the next 5 days, I will reference one cat because we have one cat and I'm talking from experience. But anything that I talk about can be applied to multi-cat homes. In fact, it's probably more effective in multi-cat homes. So if I suggest something, have a think about how you need to multiply it. Have a think about how you need to kind of upscale it if you've got more than one cat. So what I will be talking about will be aimed at one. So if I say put a herb garden down or put some oils down or create X, Y, or Z, you'd need to think about doing that per cat, okay? So it's not a one size fits all either. That's the other caveat. So what I'm going to talk to you about are things that I've learned over the 15 plus years of working with cats, having my own cats, and every cat is different. Every single human is different and every single cat is different. So it doesn't matter that they've got 4 paws or 3 and a tail or no tail. You know, it really doesn't matter. This is about helping us all to understand that our cats are unique individual beings. So what we're going to cover over the next 5 days, I'm super excited. I've got such a jam-packed schedule and I've had to think about how to make sure I can cover everything with you all. So today we're going to talk about us as humans, because I think that, you know, we need to start off with how we can help ourselves, like the gas mask. That's not what I mean at all. The oxygen mask. It's not really an analogy either. It's like an instruction that they tell you on the plane is, move this down a little bit, it's all about how to, you know, put your own oxygen mask on first, because if you don't help yourself, you can't help other people. And it's exactly the same for our cats. So today we're going to talk about you as an individual, ourselves, the human, what we need to think about, how we can help ourselves, which will then in turn help our cats. And then as we go through the week, we've got other topics. So we're going to cover the individuality of cats. We're going to look at nutrition. We're going to look at Christmas Day lunches, dressing up your cat, how to help the tree survive, what happens in the home in terms of Christmas and how this affects cats. We're talking about senses, overwhelm, stress, anxiety. We've got absolutely loads to cover. And then Friday, we're going to do a Q&A. So be sure to join me live on Friday. And if you've got any questions as we go through the week, as we go through the sessions, feel free to drop them in the comments here. I'll try and answer them as we go through the sessions. But if not, we will cover them on Friday. I will be making sure that I've got notes and we do cover every question. So if you've got a question about your cat, you've got a question about Christmas, drop it in the comments or email it to me. You can send it to info@naturallycats.co.uk. And I will, like I said, either respond in the live if I can, or we'll answer it on Friday. So Friday is going to be really laid back. You know, it's kind of like a drop-in session. So if you can't make it all, don't worry. As with the rest of the week, every session is recorded. She says, making sure that the record button's been hit. Every session is recorded and you will get access to all of them. You'll have access until next Sunday. So on Sunday, they will be deleted. So make sure that you catch up on replay and, you know, they're there if you want to make some notes, etc. Okay, so today I want us to think about us humans. And I want you to have a think about right now, how do you feel? So whether you're watching this with me live or whether you're watching this on replay later on when you get home from work or when you finish with the kids or the chores or prepping for tomorrow, whatever it may be, I'm hopeful that you're sat here, you're watching with me now or in the future or the past, whichever way you want to look at it, and you are present. Okay, so if you are on your phone as well as watching this, pop it down just for a few minutes, okay? Not for very long. The world's not going to spontaneously combust and it will all be there. Trust me, it will all be there when we're finished. Okay, so phones down. I'm even going to turn mine off now that we're here, now that we're live. She says, okay, turn the phone off. So I want to be truly present in this moment. I want to be present with all of you because I want us to connect with ourselves. So first of all, I ask you to think about, how do you feel in this moment? What's going on for you right now? You know, have a think, drop it in the comments of the video, you know, drop it, write it on a bit of paper, just be aware of it. And in fact, we're going to just take a few deep breaths because we're going to see how we feel. In fact, we're going to take one deep breath now and then we'll do more later. So everyone, let's take a nice deep breath in. And slowly out. And now, how do you feel? How does your mind feel? How does your body feel? Are you busy, stressed, tense, tight? Let me know. Christmas is a very stressful time for many reasons for people. So there's kind of like the traditional stress, which is getting presents, wrapping cards, seeing family, posting cards, international postage dates, getting presents that people like, getting presents that you've been asked to get, making arrangements to see friends and hand over presents before Christmas Day so they've got it for Christmas Day, birthdays around Christmas. And that's just like a few of the seasonal things, let alone getting a tree, decorating the house, getting the food, making sure you've got things for kids, cats or otherwise. So although Christmas for a lot of people is a great time of year, the festive spirit, Christmas jumpers, etc., it can also be really stressful. So us as humans day to day are feeling the stress and overwhelm more than ever. So we're living in a society where we are bombarded with information. You know, we should look like this, we should be like this, we should do this on social media, we should follow this person, etc. It's like all the time. It's relentless. It is relentless. And I know that there are people watching this now that are like, yeah, absolutely, you know, spent, and we're not even like near Christmas yet. We're in like we're not even in the second week of December yet. So I want you to be honest with yourself and tell me, or tell yourself, be honest with yourself, how do you feel? So for me right now, we have like a stress scale in our house. So, you know, 1, really chilled out, feeling, you know, pretty horizontal. 10, uber stressed. I'd probably say I'm like a 7. I need to wrap some presents ready for the weekend when we do a present exchange. I need to make sure I've got all my presents because work is quite busy. We've got, you know, lives and shop orders and things. I'm also, she says, moving the hot water bottle. I'm also creating the cat chakra course. I've got a little bit left to do for that, which we start in February. I'm looking at, you know, I'm reflecting on my year so far so that I can look at where I want to take the business and how I want to help people next year. We're trying a new cat food with Leo, so that's always a bit hit and miss. Husband's super stressed at work. So, you know, there's a lot going on in my world. People don't always see that though. You know, as humans, we are great at putting down a bit of a barrier or hiding what's really going on because we feel people are too busy. We feel we don't want to burden other people. We might feel embarrassed about how we're feeling. But I want you to know that I'm holding this space for you now, whether you're here with me live or whether you're watching this on replay. I'm holding the space to say it's okay to feel how you feel. Happy, stressed, or anything in between. So there's a whole emotional spectrum, you know, even if you say like you're angry, there's different like, what's the word? Not strengths, but there's different degrees of anger. You know, there's different degrees of frustration. So like I said, I'm about a 7, you know, I'm meditating in the mornings. I'm almost done with Christmas, so I can focus on the family. We haven't sorted out Christmas Day lunch yet. So I've got a few things on my list that, we're working through, but we're doing okay. I'm doing okay. So have a think about how you feel right now and be aware that there is no right and wrong. And I would really encourage you not to feel any form of shame for how you feel. So yes, our cats do pick up on our energy. They do pick up on our vibration. They are aware of our emotions. But that doesn't mean that you should hide it, because trust me, that makes it worse. Because if you do, your cats will also pick up on that as well. And generally, in my experience, what I find happens is that if we block or hide or choke down our emotions, they will manifest either in us physically or in our cats physically, because they're trying to be that mirror for us. They're trying to show us where we need to heal, what we need to do to help them or to support ourselves. So the reason that we're talking today about the human is because, like I said at the beginning, it starts with you. It really does, peeps. It all starts with you. So I want you to think about how your mind feels. Let's start with the head first of all. Have you got like 50 million things running through? Is it like uber busy? Are you able to sleep at night? How is your sleep right now? Are you going to bed and your mind is just worrying and there's loads of things going on? Or are you just completely so exhausted that your just head hits the pillow and boom, you're gone? Or again, somewhere in between, right? Those aren't the only options. So sleep is crucial. If you are having problems sleeping, think about how you can help yourself with that. So if you're going to bed and you're exhausted and your head hits the pillow and you're out like a light, great. But probably not such a good idea if you're waking up and you're not feeling rested or you're still feeling tired. So think about how you can pace your day. What is an essential? What needs to be done today or tomorrow? So we did this at the weekend. Won't bore you with all the details, but we had a list of things to do. One was getting the Christmas tree. And in the end, we sat down in the morning and said, right, what is essential for today? What can we manage? Because we've got other things, our health, that needs to take priority. My physical health, husband's mental health, we both needed rest. We both needed downtime. Me physically, because I've got aches and pains in my body from my EDS, him mentally, because work is just uber challenging right now. So we postponed getting the Christmas tree. And I don't know when we'll do it, but I'm not going to stress about it. We will get it done. I know we will. We will get it done before Christmas. So what is an essential? What is a must do? And what can be postponed? So this isn't a question of putting it off. I don't remember my grandma used to say, never put off today. No, never put off till tomorrow what you can get done today. And I had to say, like, I don't agree with that. And I love my grams to pieces. And she had a lot of words of wisdom for me. But I think in this day and age, we are a completely different generation, a completely different era, where our mental capacity is like I said before, just really bombarded. So don't feel guilty if you need to shift things in your agenda. And if you're one of those people that's going to bed and your mind, you are absolutely knackered, you lay down, your head hits the pillow, and all of a sudden your brain starts going, that's what mine does. It starts to go off the chart, like I'm thinking of 50 million things. So I have a notebook in my top drawer next to the bed, and I have a pen. And I've been known, an hour or so after turning the light off, to put the light back on and start to make a list. Yeah, start to make a list, whatever time of night, morning it is, to get it out. So if you're going to bed, or whatever your relaxing kind of schedule is before bed, if your mind starts to be busy, and that's probably because it's got the capacity to do so, because you've got some downtime, some quiet time. So the mind is thinking, okay, what do we need to worry about? What do we need to think about? And it all starts to come out. So get it out from here by using this. Make a note, phone, paper, I don't care, but make a note, and it will definitely help you, because one, it's out from your head, so it's not going to keep going round and round overnight. Two, you can actually then sit down and think about, okay, so that's something I'm worrying about that I've got no effect over. That's something that's a physical thing that I need to do. That's something that I can ask the kid, husband, housemate, partner to help with. This one's just on me. You can then look at what needs to go where. And again, I really understand the feelings of guilt and shame and needing to do everything. You know, I understand the whole, if I do it, it gets done right, or it gets done better, or the right way, or whatever it may be. Husband and I have a massive learning curve between us. You know, it's hard to ask for help, but we need to. We're human. And if we are in a situation where our energy is growing and growing and growing and growing in terms of stress and anxiety, that's only going to affect the cat. So today we are talking about us, about the humans, because this is where it begins. It's almost like if you think about kids, you know, I mean, I don't have kids, but if you think about children, like my niece Annabelle, you know, we tried to model, you know, good behavior. We tried to model how we would like her to be as a little tiny human. And when she gets stressed, you know, it's not a question of being like, oh, just ignore it, or, you know, worry about it later. You don't tell that to a child. What do you do with a child when they're upset or when they're stressed, they've hurt themselves or whatever it may be? You sit down and you say to them, tell me how you're feeling. Tell me what's going on. We will work it out together. It's no different as adults. We just think that it is. And we've been conditioned to think that it is, but it's not. It's really not, peeps. You know, asking for help, sharing the load is really, really important. So if your stress and anxiety is going up, that's going to be mirrored and echoed with your cat. Yeah. And that in itself can be really hard to accept. I understand that. And also, I don't want you to think that I'm sitting here saying to you all that if you've got a stressed or anxious cat, it's your fault, because it's not. What I'm saying is we have the capacity within us to help ourselves, which will help our cats. So now I want you to think about your body. So we've tuned into our mind, we've tuned into our brain, our thoughts, and you're either shocked because it's super goddamn noisy and busy, or you're like, okay, yeah, not doing too bad, manageable. So now I want you to tune into your body. Again, I want you to take a deep breath. Slowly out. Where did your attention go? Just in this moment, after that breath, where does your attention go? Do you have a little niggly pain in your knee? I do, that's why I said knee. Is your back a little bit uncomfortable? Are your shoulders really tight and really high? Is your face really frowny because you're holding lots of tension in your face? What do you notice about your body? What are you aware of? Where does your body draw your awareness to? Now we focus on your body in this moment. Yeah. Surprising, right? I've worked, I mean, in the Calm Cats meditation class, we host those every month. We do half an hour of talking about cats, and then we do half an hour of meditation. And I love the comments after, because people say to me like, you know, wow, I didn't realize I need a nap. Grown women, you know, and if you're watching this and you're a guy, that's not being sexist. I've just only had women on my classes so far. So they say to me like, you know, wow, I didn't realize how much I needed that. And I think that sometimes until we pause, whether someone's telling us to, or whether we choose to, just in that moment when we can just catch our breath, our body can just be like, hey, I need a hot bath, or I need a hot water bottle, or I need some pain meds, or whatever it may be for you. Okay. But honor what your body is sharing with you, because again, our emotions are linked to our body. Our energy is linked to our emotions. In fact, it's like the infinity symbol, you know, that goes like a sideways figure of 8. You know, if we're really stressed and really fraught and really tense, our energy is very dense. It's very sticky. It's very icky. Feels a bit like treacle. If you guys know what treacle is. Like golden syrup. You know, when we are in joy and peace, you know, our shoulders are dropped, where we might not be like, oh, I'm, you know, everything's unicorns and rainbows, but it might be like, yeah, I'm coping, I'm doing okay. You know, your body is a bit softer. You're not holding as much tension and stress in the physical form. Your energy is lighter. It's not as dense. It's not as sticky. It's a little bit more fizzy. And I'm sure you can relate to cats. Your own cat, right? when you're poorly, your cat will come and give you cuddles or show you some different form of affection to what they would normally. And when you're upset, very similar. Dogs will generally come and lick tears, cats not so much. But if I'm upset or quite stressed, Leo does one of two things. So one, he'll either run away from me and not want to be anywhere near me, which in that moment is heartbreaking for me because I want that comfort. Or two, he will be very close and very kind of, he won't necessarily tolerate touch, but I can feel that he is sat and he's trying to give me comfort in his way. So cats pick up on our energy. Crikey, how are we like nearly 1 o'clock already? So what I want you to do, this is the top tip for today: 5 days, 5 ways. Despite the things we've already said so far, so doing a mental check-in of your body, doing a mental check-in of your mind and of your head, and doing a check-in of yourself. Okay, where can you share the load? How can you ask for help? Where can you get support? Today, I'm going to teach you a technique that we use in the Calm Cats meditation class. I use it with my one-to-one clients. Hell, I use it myself. Not every day, but I do use it myself. I use it before I've got a difficult client, or I use it before I've got a live that's particularly nerve-wracking. I use it sometimes in the morning. I use it before we see family. You know, I use this all the time. So it's called Calm Connection. And for those of you that have signed up to get these replays or that are here with me, you'll and that work with me before, you'll be familiar with this method. And I know that it helps. I know it does because I've had feedback from people and also I've experienced it myself. So what we're going to do is, again, phones on silent if they weren't already. And I want you to get yourself comfortable. We're going to do this all together. Okay, so we're going to start by closing our eyes. I want you to take a nice deep breath in and out. I want you to put your left hand on your heart and take another deep breath in. Nice and slowly out. And then putting your right hand on your tummy or underneath your belly button for your sacral chakra. Another deep breath. And slowly out. And now we're just going to sit and breathe. Just let the breath find its rhythm. Breathing slowly and naturally. Just allowing it to flow in, around, and out of the body. Feeling your heart beating, feeling your body under your hands. And just breathing in this moment. Allowing yourself to come into the present moment, to be aware of your breath, aware of your mind, and aware of your body. And just noticing the sounds around you. Being aware of what your body or mind is sharing with you. And just allowing the breath to flow. Taking a final deep breath now. Bringing your hands together in your lap. And just taking your time to come round and open your eyes when you're ready. How was that? How do you feel now? I feel calmer. I feel like my energy has come down a little. I know I get quite excited and quite animated when I'm live, when I'm sharing with a group. I feel a little bit calmer. feel a little bit more centered, a little bit more grounded. So you can all do that. You don't have to do it with your eyes closed, although I would recommend it, just to drown out everything and to come into yourself for a moment. I've even done it in the toilet when I'm spending a penny. So if you've got loads of family over or you're rushing around from here to there, just do it in the toilet, public or home, just catch your breath. It is important to put your hands on your body. If you put both hands on your chest or both hands on your tummy, it doesn't matter. But it does really, really help to just kind of anchor your breath in your body, to anchor your body in the moment. So whatever feels right for you, hand on heart, chest, tummy, or just below the belly button. Even if you put both hands on your legs, palm down, try in some way to connect your body, to connect to your body. And tell me how you feel now. Drop an email reply, like I said, put a comment in the video. How do you feel right now? I definitely feel like my stress has come down a notch. I feel like I've got more capacity to deal with whatever is next. So my next plan is to do more work on my cat chakra diploma. Gonna have some lunch. But I feel like I've got a bit more mental space to find my inspiration, to create the things I need to create, to do what I need to do for the rest of the day. Just by that, I don't even think it was a minute. So I would always advocate 3 deep breaths. That's my postie, the door. I would always advocate 3 deep breaths. The first one when your eyes is closed. Second is you put one hand on your body. Third is you put the next hand on your body. But it doesn't have to be that prescriptive. Even if you clamp your hands on your body and you're taking your 3 deep breaths, it doesn't really matter. It's about coming into the moment, grounding and centering yourself. And notice how your energy feels now. Think about when we first started and I asked you to do a check-in of your body. I asked you to do a check-in of your mind. How did you feel when you started to watch this replay? How did you feel when we first started the call? Do you feel any better now? Like a little tiny sparkle, a little better? Because if so, it works. And I tell you, it really does work. So 5 days, 5 ways. First day, first way, all begins with you, peeps. Yourself, your energy, your emotions. Okay. And then in the next few days, we'll talk about your cats. But imagine before we wrap up, 1 o'clock, before we wrap up, I just want you to have a think about this. When we're talking about your cat over the next couple of days, imagine helping them with this space of where you are right now. Imagine helping them and doing stuff for them with this energy that you have right now. This calmer, grounded, more present energy versus doing stuff from when we started, thinking about the list, the stuff and all the things we mentioned. It does make a real big difference. It really, really does. So I hope you've enjoyed the first day. Like I said, we've got another 3 days of cat topics, nutrition, cat food, cat tree, all sorts of senses, essential oils, herbs, remedies, dressing up, crackers, presents. I've got loads. I'm going to struggle to get it in. So no questions on the chat for today, which is great. So if you've got anything from watching the replay or anything that you think about after we've closed the class today, like I said, either drop me an email, excuse me, or drop your comments in the box ready for Friday. Friday's a Q&A and the next 3 days are all about cats. So thank you for joining me. And I really hope you've enjoyed the session. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.